recording on Audacity. Oh, well, that happened every time. And then give me 1 sec to go over here. And we are live on Twitch.
Cool.
All right, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of a Microphone Podcast. I'm Brad, here with Gabe. Johnny is masturbating today.
Sure. Picking up a barbecue for his dad. Same thing.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's all right. We can forgive him for that. So yeah, we had some crazy shit in the sports world last week. I know there was I know you text the group chat during the UFC fight. I unfortunately I'll be honest, I wasn't able to watch most of the fights. I watched a lot of the highlights. I was busy trying not to sweat through my couch. I had a bad reaction to my second COVID shot the day before and was trying not to die. So I noticed that when I woke up at like 1 a.m. in just a pool of my own sweat, that you sent a text message and you said something pissed you off and you had to talk about it on the pod.
Yeah. Yeah, we can get into it. It was pretty much it was the Leon Edwards and Nate Diaz fight that really got me fucking heated. Because did you watch the highlights of that one?
I watched a little bit, yeah. Mostly the fifth round.
So essentially, yeah, by the time that it was the fifth round, like it was pretty clear that Nate Diaz was losing. Just couldn't get enough volume going. And then hits Leon with a shot that shocks him. And Leon's legs just go like they are barely hanging on. He is one more push away from being knocked down. And Nate does absolutely nothing. He like points at him and goes like, ha 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 ha, got you. And then just puts his fist up. That's it. Like hits him. Leon backs up, legs wobbly like a deer that just got birthed. And that's what he does. He just points at him and goes, ha ha, then sticks up his fist. And then like we get to proceed like screaming for the next 2 minutes, like finish him. He's so fucking hurt. And he's all just limp fucking wristing his ass. And it goes to decision and he loses. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Nate Diaz?
I saw Leon Edwards said that he basically like gave up in the fifth round. Like in his post-fight conference, he was like, yeah, I gave up. I basically conceded that round to Nate Diaz. It's like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Apparently Nate Diaz gave up at the last 2 minutes. So you're good.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, exactly. He still let you have it.
That got me so fucking upset. Not because I bet on Nate or even wanted him to win, but I was like, dude, you have a win that close in your hands.
Finish it.
You have to finish it. Especially like you of all people. Like, yeah. Oh, streets are rough. You know, there's no mercy in streets. You fucking gifted him a win.
Yeah, he was probably high as shit when he did it. So, I mean, I can forgive him for that.
I'm waiting for the time where he just points at somebody and they do fall. Like, that's all you had to do. Like,
yeah, exactly. Oh boy. Well, there was that. I do want to talk about Terrence McKinney, the man with the 7-second knockout in the early prelims.
Yeah.
Just fucking two-punched the guy, like came out and just pop, and then knocked him down. Matt Frivola is what it's looking like, the guy that he obliterated was. And then hurt himself in the celebration. I don't know if he rolled his knee or something like that, but like he jumped on the cage and then jumped off and landed funny, it looked like. But that was his UFC debut, and he started out with a 7-second knockout. So great fucking show. But I want to talk about his backstory. The man died twice. He was apparently big into drugs and alcohol back in the day. Him and his buddies got a little bit fucked up on, I want to say they were mixing booze, mushrooms, and LSD. Not a great mixture, but apparently he wound up like they were freaking out or something, and they called the cops because he wasn't doing well. He jumped through a window. And then, like, as soon as his head got through, he tried to pull his head back and cut his fucking throat. on the glass. And it was literally, there's a picture of him from the cop's body cam, like laying in the backyard up against the fence, looking like just a fucking ghost. Like, it's horrifying to look at. He died twice. His heart stopped twice in the vehicle on the way to the hospital. They brought him back twice, and then he cleaned his act up and went on to do a 7-second knockout in his UFC debut. So just an absolutely insane, wild backstory from this guy. And it's kind of fucking nuts.
Oh, yep. I'm looking at it right now.
Looking at the picture. Yeah, it's
Yep.
wild, right?
Holy crap.
Yeah. It's horrifying to look at, actually.
Yeah. It's a very, very,
yeah.
It's a very sad picture to look at, to know the backstory behind that. But congratulations to him. Good weekend.
Right? Yeah. Hopefully, I didn't see anything about his injury. I see that he injured his knee, is what they were saying. I don't know if they have any news on. He said it's okay. I've just got to stretch it. Is what he apparently told Joe Rogan after the fight. I got the article pulled up over here.
So it's never a good situation when he's tripping, huh?
Apparently not. He actually didn't trip. It was just like he landed and it just like compressed or something. But yeah, it's kind of wild. It's fun when you have those nutty backstories in the fight game. So good for him, especially with a fucking 7-second knockout. It didn't look anything super spectacular. He just like pop and dropped him. So
well, it's funny. Like, speaking of early first round stoppages, I thought it was hilarious, the Paul Craig fight.
Craig. Okay, let me pull that one up.
Jamahal Hill, I think is how you pronounce that.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah. You're so good at pronouncing names here on this podcast.
Oh, this is the one where they had a local ref come in and do it.
Okay.
It was
okay.
Yeah.
First of all, we'd never seen this ref before. Not that it made a difference, but I don't think he really got much action, because I was laughing because the first tweet, it was by somebody, and it was like, what did it say? It was like, got huge money on Hill, wouldn't doubt early stoppage, huge win for Hill.
Nope.
As that tweet disappears, Craig hits him and just like immediately Hill's on the ground, and he has really good positioning. And then his elbow proceeds to get dislocated.
Oh,
like the tweet is still fading out at this point while all of this is going on. And I'm assuming the person that tweeted is just looking like, well, fuck me then.
Well, that was dumb.
And so his arm is like right next to his head as like a leg lock, right? And then so Paul Craig decides to just do the most veteran thing, because he's like, okay, he's not choking out. And apparently the arm bar didn't work.
Yeah, I saw the triangle arm bar. It was pretty gross.
So he's just like hitting him. As he's hitting him, the arm is just flailing, dude.
Yep.
It's the most grossest thing possible.
Yep.
But yeah, I was just laughing my ass off because I was just like, way to fucking announce or spoil that guy.
Yep. So
that's why tweets should not be loud on screen.
I heard that guy was a local ref who does a lot of the like amateur and local fights for a lot of the fight organizations in whatever town they were in. And apparently, like, word on the streets, this guy's real fucking shitty. So that kind of makes sense based on what you're telling me.
It definitely probably could have ended sooner.
Yeah,
but I think Hill, like, we watched it back and it looked like it was a tappage, but like because of how the arm was, it looked like it was just flailing.
Yeah,
and I think a more veteran ref would have seen the tap.
Well, it almost looked like when he rolled, because he went belly down on that arm bar. I did watch this finish, and Paul Craig went belly down on it, and it looked like Jamal Hill was tapping, but it was also while Paul Craig was rolling through. So maybe he couldn't see it all the way, because
it was a very awkward tap.
Yeah, that arm was fucked. Apparently they did pop it back in and he's going to be fine. Like, it was just dislocated. So they were able to, I don't know, relocate it, I guess is the correct term. But they're saying he's going to be doing fine, but I mean, I wouldn't fucking want to be him.
Yeah, he was a bionicle for a day.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh god.
You ever want to know what it feels like to be a bionicle?
Yeah, exactly. Just belly down arm bar by Paul Craig. Yeah, so that was rough. And I don't know. Was Bilal Muhammad any good? I see decision.
Yeah, he decisively won.
No,
Like just, oh my gosh, Damian Maia went 1 for 21 on takedowns.
What fucking Jesus H fuck? Was the man only shooting takedowns? He only fought for 15 minutes. My God,
I didn't even notice that
55
many
strikes. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I could see how you'd lose with a fucking 4% takedown rate. Yeah, I could see. Jesus Christ. Fix your shit. Yeah, okay, so that's rough. I don't really think there's a story there. You can't really talk about a man getting his fucking ass beat. Brandon Moreno, though.
Dude.
That was a gross rear naked. That was a real gross rear naked.
Yeah. The whole house was hollering. The neighbors were hollering.
Were they really?
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Hey, when Mexicans fight, that's who you go for.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, he's the first Mexican champ, right? Like actual Mexican champ.
Homegrown, yeah.
From Mexico, Mexican champ. Yeah. Because I'm sure
you can talk about fake ass Cejudo.
Yeah, well, yeah. He's Triple C, man.
He's got the size to be a Mexican, but he's fucking American as it comes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's getting married to a Mexican. She's Mexican, right?
That counts.
Or is she like Venezuelan or some shit?
Oh, she might be.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. She's hot. Good for him. Did you see the video of him hiding behind her?
No.
Oh, it was funny as hell. I forget what it was. He was talking some shit, and then he just was like, "Hey, but look what I can do," and he just hid behind his fucking girlfriend. He's so small.
The real reason why he wanted one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fucking somebody you can go up on. Izzy was grabbing Marvin Vittori's ass during that fight. I saw that. That was my favorite.
Grab ass.
Yeah. I mean, what else can you do when you're up against the cage like the last second of the round? I mean, that seems like some Izzy shit to do.
Oh yeah.
So how was that fight?
So both of those fights were really good. I do want to talk a little bit more about the Moreno fight.
Okay.
Personally, leading up to it, like even Jaime, a good friend of ours, previous podcast member, you're that OG.
They know Jaime.
You're that OG of a listener, but he made a pretty good comment about how Moreno looked totally calm before the fight, and like during the weigh-ins, just seemed like to have a really cool, calm demeanor about him. And
well, that was what he said when Figueiredo shoved him. He was like, "I know I have him."
Oh yeah, exactly. And then so Figueiredo was really in his head. Personally, it looked like a pretty good fight. I think what it was is for that reason. Moreno was so aggressive pretty much the entire fight. Figueiredo was just like, I'm going to let the fight come to me. I'm better than everybody. And it just did not work out that well. He really was in his head, which did set up that nasty takedown. And it almost felt very similar to the Adesanya fight. I think both of them had like that champion mentality going into it. Adesanya seemed cool, calm, collective, and it looked like Vettori didn't feel as comfortable standing up and like went 4 for 14 on takedowns. And even the takedowns, I want to say Izzy got pretty good positioning on a couple of those. And so it wasn't like he was dominating.
It wasn't like he did anything with them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Even the 4 takedowns, I would say maybe one of them he actually had solidified control over, and the other 2 is he got back up.
That's rough. It's a wild amount. Even 14. I'm seeing 14 takedowns attempted. Like it's not 21, but that's a wild number for takedowns. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It was a 5-round fight, so you have more time than Damian Maia in 15 minutes. But that's a fucking lot of takedowns. I get it. You're trying to play away from Izzy's strengths and into yours, but that's a fucking lot to only get 4.
The main thing for Izzy, per usual, was just the leg kicks, dude. Vettori was chopped up and did nothing. He did 0 stance switches. He did 0 like checks. He was just like, all right, you're going to keep checking me. I'm going to keep trying to take you down. And only one of them were successful at what they did.
I don't get how fighters don't check those fucking leg kicks. Leg kicks suck. Yeah. Like, I've only been leg kicked a few times in my life, and I'm like, I don't ever want that to happen to me. Like when somebody's actually trying to hurt me, like it's
Yeah.
not fun. Like, yeah, I'm talking like friendly sparring where it's just like, let's practice leg kicks. Those fucking suck. Like, let alone Izzy, the highest level you can be in high level fighting, and like, gross. That's fucking gross.
Yeah.
How do you fucking not check them? How do you not do that? Has nobody learned?
Especially just because of the the ramifications of this fight. Like it was clearly working for Izzy, so it was just
There's a
real
lot of fights where
stupid.
they've been ended by fucking leg kicks. I mean, Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier, their last fight was ended by fucking leg kicks.
Oh yeah.
What's his name? Was ended by a leg kick. He ended it himself. Fucking who am I forgetting? It was a joke about that dude who broke his fucking leg.
Oh.
God damn it! Who is that? I'm looking it up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna remember in time.
Chris Weidman. Chris Weidman. Yep. His fight, leg kick by Chris Weidman. Yeah, how the fuck do they not check those kicks? God damn it, that's actually insane to me.
So, what do you think's the future for either of these divisions? I would only imagine Moreno's is going to be put on hold for a quick minute.
I mean, who else? There's like, that's the problem is there's nobody in flyweight.
Figueiredo took out a good majority of the division. We were going to ask.
I guess you can just, yeah, I guess you can just throw everyone who Figueiredo fought at Moreno now and just see what happens. But he kind of had to fight his way through everyone to begin with. So yeah. I don't fucking know. For Izzy, they're going to run it back with Whitaker for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he called him out in the post-fight interview. I mean, he wants to fight him in Auckland, and I say do it. That'd be fun. They already fought once in where is that big stadium in Australia that they fought the first time?
Is it not the Opera House? Is it?
No. Marvel Stadium. Is it? It might be in Sydney. But anyway, they fought there once. I think it's only right to fight in New Zealand now. I think that would be New Zealand's first ever UFC event.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which they should have one because, I mean, they have a champ from New Zealand. Same thing with like Africa. I don't know why they haven't had a UFC fight in Africa when they have three fucking champs.
I know Ngannou wants to do that.
Yeah, I say do it.
He wants his next one to be him, Usman, and Izzy.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Auckland first for Izzy, and then because Izzy's fought like 5 times in the past like 2 years, so you can just keep throwing him on cards. So
yeah. I was gonna say, where's Izzy? Where did he live? Wasn't it either Zealand or was it Australia?
What do you mean? No, New Zealand. Auckland, New Zealand. Yeah, that's where he currently lives. He was from Nigeria, I want to say. Same place that Usman's from.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would
Usman,
be
right. Yeah, because Ngannou's from Cameroon.
Yes, Ngannou's from Cameroon. Yeah. So I don't even know if they have like. I mean, they have to have a major stadium in like South Africa or something. I just don't really know. But that would be very fun to watch.
Yeah,
like,
South Africa is where the white people are at.
Well, they've got like a lot of big money and like what the fuck is that one country? Yeah, it's Northern Africa. God damn it. Some geography podcast. Pull up my map here. Morocco's got a bunch of like really fancy industry and stuff. A lot of the northern countries up against like that, what is it, the Black Sea or whatever's up there, is a lot of money there too. So there's a lot of really good places they could probably have fancy stadiums, and I guarantee you the first UFC event in Africa is going to draw a fucking wild crowd.
Oh yeah.
Same thing with New Zealand. Like, I'm sure those people fucking get it. Like, let's go. Let's do it. It's honestly kind of wild that they haven't had an event there yet, like in either one of those countries, just because, or well, country and continent, but it's wild they haven't done it.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair too. I think it would be fun to have either of those places. Like I was pretty hyped for the Russian one. Yeah.
Well, they've done a few in Russia now, but they literally haven't done one in Africa, and they have 3 champions that were fucking born there. Let's go.
That's got to change. Because,
yeah.
Even Volkanovski, isn't he Australian?
I want to say he's from Australia. Yeah, but they've done 2 from Australia now.
Yeah.
because they've done that Marvel Stadium where it's like they get to pack like 52,000 people into the crowd and just do it's basically like packing the fucking Raiders Stadium full of an entire crowd to go watch people throw hands. Like, it's absolute madness. That was the one where Izzy came out dancing when he won the title.
Yeah.
That was wild. But run it back in New Zealand, and then let's work on an Africa card. Let's do it.
I like it. Do we want to discuss next week's card? It's the Korean Zombie versus Dan Ige.
I hope Korean Zombie wins.
I do too. I would like the hype to get back on him because he has. I'm pretty sure, didn't he? Yeah, he lost to.
He just lost to someone.
To Ortega.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and I like Korean Zombie, especially when he's doing good.
Yeah.
I say run it back, or not run it back. I say let's have him, and I don't know. There's no real cards on this fight or fights on this card that interest me. Except for Korean Zombie. I always like watching him. You never know if he's gonna throw a fucking twister out.
I was gonna say Verna, the female fighter that could see two opponents at once.
Oh shit, she's fighting on this card?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Under. Oh yeah. Yeah, sure enough. Oh my god. Yeah, that's gonna haunt my nightmares for sure. Every time I see her eyes, I just like get a little bit more scared.
And then she's going against Kanako Murata. I don't know, probably best way we're going to pronounce that. But short-haired Asian girls are the ones that fear me the most. But they've been slacking lately. Kind of haven't been successul.
Well, I don't know if you could call it slacking. Whaley's lost one fight. I mean, I don't even think she has short hair. I'm pretty sure her hair is long. So we might be talking about two different girls. There was
like one card that had like, I think it may be fucked up, but it may have been Whaley's card. But it had like 3 Asian girls with short hair. And I think they all went 0 for 3.
No, well, I think that was the Whaley card because wasn't that like, did they have? No, they didn't have that one in China. I forget. They had one where it was something because it was big. They brought in like a bunch of Asian fighters onto that card and they all fucking lost. Like it was all the girls lost and then like all but one of the guys lost. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was really fucking disappointing.
I like how you just assumed it's like about Whaley.
Yeah, yeah.
In defense, I don't even know any other Asian women.
Yeah, I don't. That's the problem with the women's divisions is that I can't fucking pay attention to all of them. Like there's too many. And like, there's just too many girls and they all have like 50% records. Like their wins and losses are like
exactly what I was just going to say. The minute you're like, oh, there could be some hype around here. She just loses the next 2, wins the next one. And you're just like, oh, okay. You're just a filler. Yeah, it's like they all are. They're just fillers.
Hell, even my wife's been on a skid recently. And I'm like,
I know.
Well, actually, I don't think she's been on a skid. I think she's like, well, technically one for your last 3, I'm pretty sure is a skid. And I think that's what her last 3 fights have been is because I think she lost one and then lost again.
Yeah. But she's looked good in them, but it's still like.
She still has the most finishes in the flyweight division and my bedroom. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Keep them coming.
I've been waiting for that joke for a while now. Yeah, so that's that's my problem with the women's division is I only pay attention to the absolute top end, and
the top heavy is just starting to become.
It's so top heavy. Top heavy. Like, hopefully,
you're only paying attention to flyweight right now. Like,
yeah. Well,
no one's taking.
What I'm really hoping is that in 5 or 6 years, the women's division just has a massive explosion in like actual badass fighters. Cause you got to figure like the guys divisions have been watching men fight for so goddamn long now. Like the first UFC fight was in 1995. So they've been watching dudes beat the shit out of each other for as long as I've been alive. Now that's a lot of time to be like, I'm 8-9 years old and going like, I want to go to a gym and do that. But
Mhm.
girls never really had that. Like you have those fancy one-offs like Ronda Rousey, who's been doing it forever. And obviously a lot of these girls have been training for a while, but like a lot of them are probably jumping into it, just like Jillian Robertson. I know she took a kickboxing class when she was like 17 years old and jumped into it. But the men's division has all these savages that have been training their whole fucking life.
Yeah, and like Angela Hill started hella fucking late. She was like
Exactly.
25. She was our age, dude, to be quite
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
And so I agree with you. I totally 100% see that. Like what helped with a lot of guys has been, most of them took karate at 8, or
Yep.
most of them were boxing heavy or wrestling heavy.
Mhm.
And then so then they kind of combined all those tools together later in their life, but had a foundation to start off with.
Exactly.
And I like, for me personally, what I've been seeing is like the wave of not even just like women that work out, but like women actually building quite a bit of muscle is becoming way, way more popular. And I think Instagram is going to help out a lot of these female fighters because, dude, they run their accounts 10 times better than like 90% of the guys' accounts for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know what I mean? It's just another avenue to get these women popularity and into the scene.
Well, and because when was the first women's UFC fight? Like 2005-ish?
It was
Might even be
really, really
later than that.
late. Are
Actually,
you
yeah, I think it might be like
UFC?
2010, huh?
Yeah, because I want to say it was Rousey, wasn't it?
It was Rousey. I forget who she fought. First UFC women's fight was November 2012. So you got to figure a girl who's 8 years old in 2012, how long until she is like 21, 22 years old and like watched this fight and was like, I want to
So,
do that, and
so
has been training since she was 8 to do it. Like a
pretty much
lot of the men
exactly what you
have.
just said right now, 4 to 5 years from now.
Exactly. I figure in 4 to 5 years from now, we're going to get a match. Because I remember like going to jiu-jitsu class and shit like that. Like the kids class would be letting out before we would. And like half the class was girls, like 3-4-year-old girls who were going in there to spar with the boys. Like it was cool. And
Yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of those exact same situations where you are going to have these girls who have been training their entire lives. We just have to wait a few more years to get to it. And there's going to be a golden era of women's MMA where we don't have a top heavy end. That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah. Oh, you better believe I'm putting my daughter into jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Because I don't want these fucking minus 2,000 cards anymore for the women's. Like, I don't care. Like, I already know what the fight's going to be. Like, and I don't like that. I don't like going into a fight and knowing how it's going to end.
Speaking of women fighter, though, the boxer that they keep pushing for Nunes to fight in boxing just made her MMA debut. She won. Sparks. Something
I didn't
Sparks.
see that.
She won. Which is like, you just think about it. Oh, okay. She's like basically the Amanda Nunes of boxing, but to like think that she just went into MMA, it's like we always talk about it, how we're like, dude, MMA fighters go into boxing, but like, when is a boxer going to go to MMA? And we always talk about like, it's just so hard to do because there's so much more added things to it. It's like a professional foosball player going to go actually play football.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot more things involved, but for her to do it like is a huge step. I personally think. I think it's an accomplishment for her. So pretty excited to see something shake up there.
Well,
do I think she makes it to Amanda Nunes? No. I think I don't think that ever actually happens. Not in the octagon.
I say we need to throw Gabby Garcia in the cage. Have you seen Gabby Garcia? Do you know who she is?
No.
She is like women's champion for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Mackenzie Dern actually beat her in a jiu-jitsu class with a minus 100-pound differential.
Oh,
like,
shit. What?
She won on points. Like I forget if she got a takedown or advanced position or something like that. It was very stupid. It was an IBJJF tournament, but she got like one more point than Gabby Garcia. But Google Gabby Garcia, Gabi Garcia, and then just be horrified. But we need to get her into an octagon. Throw some gloves on her. Let's get her in. We're going to shake it up.
I or just BI?
Gabi. And just be terrified.
Also, don't appreciate how close it is to my name, but holy fuck.
Holy
shit.
Do you appreciate how close she fucking looks to you? That girl is mannish. Holy shit.
Bro, she's bigger than me. What is her
She's
height and weight
no,
right now?
oh, dude, she is 1000% bigger than you. I want to say she weighs like almost over two. I want to say she weighs over 200 pounds.
She's 6'2",
Yeah,
209. And
yeah.
Mackenzie Dern beat her.
Mackenzie Dern beat her on points. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Gabby Garcia basically laid on her the entire fight. It was kind of boring to watch.
Oh.
But Mackenzie Dern beat her.
Depending on how much clothing there was, that's pretty hot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that she has an OnlyFans.
Gabby Garcia.
Yeah.
You are tripping.
No, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. Look that shit up.
Private Gabby Garcia only.
Craig Jones has been making fun of her because of it. I want to say her and Craig Jones have either have or had a fight. Let me make sure that I'm not perjuring myself. Yeah, I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Oh, whoa. It's pretty steep. It's a pretty hefty price that you got to pay for that. But
it sounds about right. It sounds about horrifying. It's just horrifying.
Holy shit.
Yeah, her fight with Craig Jones got postponed. That's what because I knew they were scheduled to fight for the intergender champ, and Craig Jones showed up in a wife beater with a fucking a bandana on, and he had a 40 of Miller High Life that he set down on the table for the press conference. Dude's a savage, and I think he rocked up for the press conference in a rash guard that said "Buy my OnlyFans."
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm down for that fight then.
Yeah. They postponed it. I don't know if it was postponed indefinitely or what's going on, but I was very excited for the intergender champ because Craig Jones is a fucking savage. Like, it's Gordon Ryan and Craig Jones in jiu-jitsu. Like, it's them. He's a badass. He's like the king. He's the Australian king of leg locking. Like, the dude's insane.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. But yeah, they're gonna fight. And it was funny too because they took a bunch of like weird pictures where he was like trying to be the chick next to her. It was so goddamn funny. Just go down that rabbit hole when you have some time.
I will, definitely.
So we didn't get to the end of this round of the NBA Finals. We do have one team out though.
Yep. Pretty much the only thing we have is to report on. We won't spend that much time. We spent quite a bit on UFC, but the Suns did sweep the Nuggets. Crazy. I mean, man, the way it's so funny to talk about the Suns because you could just be like, they scorched the Nuggets, they burnt the Nuggets, they
roasted them.
They're super hot right now. They're on fire. It just genius, Suns. You've waited your entire franchise for this moment. I know that's what you thought in the boardroom. And you had to wait however many years since
we'll get them. We'll get them.
We'll get you. We get you.
They had to wait for the slang to come around.
Yeah. Every time they came even close to the playoffs, like, hey, we're not ready yet. We're not ready. The terminology's not here yet.
Bomb, just bomb.
All right, now. CP3, dude, he's playing lights out. He's doing perfect complementary to Devin Booker. The team is so young. Besides CP3, so it's really cool to see them have the success. Like, normally when you talk about young teams in NBA and you're like, oh man, you see flashes and you're like, man, you can't wait till they become more veteran.
But it's the inexperience.
It's the inexperience that holds them back. They're like, we don't give a fuck, we're gonna beat you old geezers. So awesome for CP3. I mean, we knew what Devin Booker's all about, we knew what Aiden's all about. It's CP3 that I think a lot of people are excited for because he's been himself, but now he's finally on a decent team that is helping him. Normally they flop around him in the playoffs or he's hurt. You always hear if CP3 was healthy. Well, he's healthy as of right now. Sorry, I definitely jinxed that, but
yeah, you fucked it up, but now he's gonna break his ankle like walking out to game one of the next series. I guess just to touch on everything else, the Bucks and the Nets are tied at 2-2. The Jazz lead the Clippers 2-1.
They play tonight.
Philly and the Hawks are playing right now. Philly is up 55-38.
Yes.
With like 3 minutes left in the second quarter as we're recording this. Philly also leads that series 2-1.
Yeah.
So it's actually starting to kind of look like your predictions are coming true from the last episode. I mean, I know that was the general consensus in NBA, that these 4 teams are going to make it. I guess Nets and the Bucks is still undecided, but like, come on, the Nets are going to win.
The Nets are dealing with injury right now. If they somehow lose out of this round, or the injuries continue, that will be one of the bigger what ifs. And because of how toxic and egotistical the players that we're mentioning on that team are, I don't know if they're going to be able to recover from it. You're looking at like Kevin Durant. I like me some Kevin Durant as a Warriors fan. I don't hold no grudge against him. Basically, to even get him in the first place was a stretch.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not like, oh, he ditched us for a bit. It's like, yeah, we were the super team that got him. So shut the fuck up, okay?
Yeah,
So he went on to a different super team. Kyrie, wanted to be the main star in Cavs, and then decides to go with 2 other main stars. And then you got James Harden. So most of those guys have always been wanting to be the I person on the team. They're always the person that's like, when someone goes, there's no I in team, they're the one that screams, but there's one and win. Oh, and they all decided to join a team.
Damn.
So if they really can't make it happen this year, I think the team's a little bit in locker room turmoil next year. That's my prediction.
Just the entire team fucking implodes and can't recover.
I think at least those big 3. I think most of the other people have already kind of accepted the fate that they're just the stepsister.
They're just riding their coattails. Yeah. That's rough. That's rough.
Blake Griffin's chill. I like Blake Griffin. But his chill level isn't enough for these fucking frat douches.
Just a lot of ego on that team.
There's so much ego, dude.
So yeah, I mean, I guess we will. When is the latest game? Is possibly Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday. So we'll definitely know on the next recording session what the Final Four are.
Yeah.
Which I don't think do they even call it the Final Four in NBA, or is that just March Madness?
That's just March Madness. They just call it the.
I'm gonna call it anyway. I don't give a fuck.
They call it the Eastern and Western Conference Finals.
Right. Yeah, we're calling it the Final Four. It's catchier.
Yeah, it is pretty catchy. I did tell you I'm gonna be in Vegas this weekend, right?
What? No.
Oh. Yeah, we're going to go see the stadium. So we're all going up Friday. So we'll have to stop by and watch a game, get something to eat and drink.
All right. Well, you want to go to a fucking Aviators game?
Maybe.
Dude, tickets are like $18 a piece.
Unfortunately, going with the whole fam, so it's probably not going to be hard to. I know.
Boo.
Seriously, taking me clubbing though.
Boo.
I know. I hate clubbing.
Clubs are lame. Clubs are lame. Clubs are lame. Do sports. Do something that matters.
I'm strictly there for gambling, strippers, and cocaine.
There you go. It's a good thing you're coming when it's like going to be 117 outside every day.
So, yeah. My dad sent me the picture and I was like, well, tank top and burning weather.
Yeah. Dude, so last weekend was great because I had a golf tournament. Didn't have to compete in, but I had a golf tournament I was competing in, a work thing. But it was planned for last Friday. And I was like, fuck, that's going to be a hell of a day because it's Friday. It's June in Vegas and it's a golf tournament. So I'm going to be standing outside, and usually like shotgun golf tournaments take like 6 hours to compete. So, because you just start with a team and you all play best ball, but there's just a bunch of jackasses like drinking and partying at the same time. You play with 2 teams on each hole. So it's like team A goes and then team B goes through and you go to the next hole, and team A and then team B, and it just takes fuck all forever. And I was like, okay, this is going to suck. It's going to be 110 degrees outside. I'm getting my fucking COVID shot later that day. Like, I'm just going to get sunburnt and then actually melt at my home. Like, it's going to be awful.
Yeah.
I wound up being like 90 degrees for the high that day. And the tournament started at like 6:30. I was done in like 4 hours. Like, we just burned through it. It was amazing.
Probably everybody in your party thought the same thing as you. It was like,
yeah. We were all like, holy shit. Like, and we were all amazed too. Like, we are hauling ass through this tournament. This is amazing. And we, not for nothing, but we kicked ass as a team. We had like 5 or 6 under par.
Nice.
So we were kind of crushing it. Yeah. I mean, it was best ball. So we had like one guy carrying us.
I was just about to say, did they ever play your ball?
Yeah, a few times. Yeah, we played my ball like 6 or 7 times. Like nothing fantastic. My first time golfing in 4 years, but it was not bad. I can hit it off the tee box real fucking well.
Nice.
I can crush it in a straight line for a little over 200 yards if I really get a hold of it. Either that or I take it off the tip of the club and it goes like that way.
Yeah. Considering I know what best ball is, I won't mansplain to anybody else what that is because I feel like I'm the last person that should know anything about golf. So I'm like, if I know that, I'm assuming everybody could assume what
everybody should know what best ball is. Yes.
Do you take the worst ball? Close.
Yeah. To anyone that doesn't know, just Google it because, yeah, like you said, not about to fucking mansplain what best ball is. You fucking should be smart enough to figure this out. You fucks. Our demographic's like 21 to 30. Figure it out.
It's also just Vince. Vince, do you know what best ball is?
Yeah. Vinny golfs. He knows. Yeah, it's Golf Pod.
Just shaking his head on his way to whatever site he's at or at.
No, he's like these fucking idiots. Oh Jesus! Or to the one person watching us live now on Twitch. Anyway, MLB. Tell me about the A's. I haven't been able to catch up with them. I see you guys are 2 games up now.
Yeah, pretty like it was funny. The game I go to, they dude, we just can't string runs together. If our issue is like, oh, we're down or whatever, like stringing innings and scoring in innings is just fucking impossible for us. I don't get it. I don't understand it. If somebody hits, the rest of the lineup that inning will not. And then the next inning, someone will hit. And then the rest of that lineup will not hit.
Do you know how many players you've left on base?
Probably not, like more than I would like, but not as much compared to the league.
I wonder. Let me see if I can find that while we're here. There's no way I'm going to be able to look through all this shit and find how many that you've left on fucking base in this entire year.
I'm going to argue it seems more, but if it was to take the national average, I would argue we're probably low.
Well, because
because we like score them in, but it's because we just don't
get on base. Yeah. Because I know the Yankees are like despicable this year at leaving people on base. Like they'll get bags loaded and then just get out of an inning every single game. Like they're just bad.
I don't know what's more frustrating. I would only imagine. I can't even tell you. Both would suck.
Absolutely, getting bases loaded and then getting out of the inning is so much more frustrating.
So livid. Like,
yeah, I'd be furious.
But I think a famous line right now that an announcer for the A said was like, the 250 is the new 280. So
I mean, he's not wrong.
That pretty much is summing up our season, at least.
He's not wrong. Like, what was that stat that I texted about Matt Olson? He's got more extra base hits than singles, and what is he set like 984 OPS? Like, everyone cares about OPS this year. Nobody gives a shit about your batting average.
No.
You're either smashing an extra base hit or you're striking out. Like,
which is pretty strange because I'm pretty sure Matt Olson also leads our strikeouts.
Does he really?
Bro, but like from as long as I've watched him, that man is I will swing at literally fucking everything. And it's either going home or it's just I'm not missing that shit.
Where is his strikeouts for 2020?
He may have done a lot better this year, dude. He's been on fire. He's all-star level.
Do you want to know what his K percentage is?
Oh God, what is it?
24.9. He strikes out 1 in every 4 times.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. The man goes like, I will either launch this into the like hemisphere or I'm gonna miss it solely.
He's still not even ranked in the league on Baseball Savant. So like, he's not middle of the pack. He's probably lower on the pack, but he's not in the bottom 10% because that's when they like when you hover over the number, they're like, you're fucking up. Like for instance, in 20, what is this? Oh no, that's his career stat. Never mind. I lied. I was looking at the wrong number. 16.9% this year. So that's not terrible.
No, he's better than that's what I figured.
Last year it was 31.4%.
Okay, see,
he was in bottom 9% of the league. Yeah.
The man is rough. A career like, don't worry. Like they'll give him the sign that's just like, take it. And he's like, oh, I'm taking it home. Don't worry. Like, no, please take it. He's all, oh, I'll take it. Don't worry.
Yeah. I'll take it yard or I'll take it yard or I'm gonna take a seat. He's only struck out 43 times this year. You're being a little exaggerating, Gabe.
No, he's good.
Well, especially considering
this year. Yeah. That's his thing. He's hitting them this year.
So we're 60 games into the season. He's got 43 strikeouts this year. Last year, 60 games into, so the entire season, he had 77 strikeouts. So he's almost reduced it by half. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Chapman probably has so much more. That man is cold this year. Batting. It's
all right. Let's look.
That one has to be.
Well, I have
the one thing for him is, and like most of our batters, they take walks. I'm telling you, Olsen is like, I'm gonna hit this though.
I mean, walks are important. You get on base.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't give a shit how you get on base. Just get on fucking base.
I think the most recent game the most recent, but
Matt Olson is in the bottom 7% of the league. He strikes out 31% of the time.
Chapman?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's been ice cold this year.
That is rough. Let's look at his standard. I want to know exactly how many strikeouts this fucker has. 83 on the year. 83 strikeouts. Wow. Yeah. That's rough. 83 strikeouts and 265 plate appearances. Wow. That is rough. That is rough. He is not in the bottom percentage of the league in anything except for K percentage. Like K percentage, he sucks at, but every other number isn't like in the warning zone or red zone except for expected batting average. Expected batting average is 0.203, which is rough. That's rough.
So that's how we've been going. But we're going to the game tomorrow because I decided to purchase the wrong date.
Oh, what were you trying to buy it for?
Last Thursday when I went. And then so I accidentally bought this one because tomorrow's my last official day until for the summer.
No, you can just buy another ticket for $10 though at any other time. I mean,
that's why I'm not tripping on it. But tickets are so cheap, it's impossible to sell them and they don't do refunds.
No shit.
Gotta go.
Yeah, may as well. Well, you're out of school now. You can go whenever.
Yeah, but I have 5 tickets. So me, Johnny, and Sarah are going, and I'm trying to get 2 other people.
I'll go.
Yeah, thanks. Someone just said no, won't out him, but he said no, I don't like baseball. And I'm like, I didn't either, but a free ticket's a free fucking ticket.
Yeah, exactly. Like you don't want to go drink beer in a stadium. Like I don't understand. I don't get what the problem is. Did you see the fucking the beer cup snake that Chicago had?
Is it Chicago? Because I know there was one
the Cubs.
In Tampa Bay that had it was $2 for a bat, bro.
Ooh. Oh, no. That was a AAA team.
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah. But no, I haven't seen what is it? The snake?
So they all the fans put their beer cups in inside one another and they snaked it. And
that's beautiful.
It literally ran across an entire deck and down onto the next deck. And they had it going onto the next, they were running it down. Somebody did the math and guesstimated, and they were like, that's $30,000 worth of beer.
No.
They estimated it was 30 grand worth of beer to make that beer snake. It was so wild.
Tell me you're Mexican without telling me you're Mexican. Dude, I've saved almost every glass I've ever gotten at a game.
I do that. What are you talking about? I have a fucking Matt Cain perfect game cup in my cupboard right now.
Ooh, that's beautiful right there.
Yeah. I didn't get to go to that game, but I mean,
we drink a lot of margaritas because we have 7 of those.
Nope.
And then I think we have 10 of the beer ones.
Yeah. Dude, they're great. This especially if you get I have to get one of the souvenir cups every time I go. I don't just get the plastic with the SF on it. You fucking throw that away. But you gotta get one of the souvenir ones every time. Yeah. Either that or what me and my brother would do is we'd wait in the stadiums for 10, 15 minutes after the game, let everyone clear out, and then just scour for souvenir cups people left.
I
go
did
home
that
with a stack of them.
Bobblehead one time.
What? Oh, that's a good find.
I was like, who leaves a bobblehead? I did the whole looked around, waited,
yeah.
and then I was
15 minutes, nobody's coming. You grab it and go.
Yeah.
That's why. So every time you go to AT&T Park, and I might be blowing this spot up, but I live in Vegas anymore and I don't give a shit. So if you're hearing this, don't blow up my spot. But right next to the park, I want to say if you walk past it, like toward the water, not like McCovey Cove, but like past the front of the stadium, there's this big grass area and like a little shack. And if you go in there, they sell like $2 cans of beer. So you can just buy shit tons of beer, and they sell like dollar hot dogs too. Like it's wild. So me and my brother after every game would just go there and get lit as fuck and wait for traffic to clear. Like we're just gonna party it up. Like you're driving today, so I'm gonna drink a 6-pack and eat 6 hot dogs, and then we're gonna drive home.
Nice.
Yeah,
I know that's the one thing about being the buyer of the ticket. I never have to drive.
That's fucking, yeah, it's sweet. It means you should get to enjoy the game. Especially, are you taking Caltrain and BART, or are you driving?
I wanted to do BART, but most people just want to drive. They're always just like, I want to get there.
BART's lit. You get to get hammered on the train.
That's my thought process. I just want to go to BART once. Me and my dad normally go. Especially when I was up in SAC, I would take the train, not the BART. But the train's cool too, because you can also get drunk on the train.
I like Caltrain. Well, Caltrain was where we would go because you could jump on in Gilroy, and then you would ride it all the way up to like a block away from AT&T Park or Oracle. Now that they changed the name, but we would just literally hop on. You'd carry a 6-pack each. You can get fucking hammered on the train on the way up, and then not have to worry about driving, because by the time you get back, you're in fucking Gilroy and you're sober. And you only have to drive like 10 minutes to get home.
Yeah. Or maybe you're not totally sober, but it's only a 10-minute drive.
It's a 10-minute drive down fucking back roads. Like, who cares?
Legally.
I'm glad we're doing this live. Oh God.
We're just gonna get raided.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. None of this matters. This is all lies anyway. I buy every fight. So yeah, to touch on some other stories in the league, Giants are still in first place. We're sliding back. We split a 4-game series with the Nationals, which is kind of fucking embarrassing. But the Dodgers have been winning. The Padres have been sliding. I don't think the Padres have won a series in like 4 series now. Oof. Yeah, they're doing rough. So they're kind of
correct.
sliding.
I believe they're dealing with some injuries as well.
To be honest,
they have been this whole year.
Yeah, their major guys I know are playing right now, like Machado, Tatis, Snell's in. So I know but I think their core's there. They're just not putting it together, I guess. I haven't watched too many Padres games. Mm-hmm. I know Brewers are on a tear right now. They're tied for first in their division with the Cubs, who are also kicking ass, and their fans have sweet beer snakes. I throw up away from the microphone. The Mets are still on top in the East, which makes sense. DeGrom, I know we suck his dick every single day or every single podcast recording, but you want to know a wild stat on DeGrom?
Oh God.
So he injured his hand and had to come out of the last game. Something, I forget what it was called, but basically it was like soreness or something like that. Some tendon, something or other. But they said he should make it back for his next start. Like he's not out. And he pitched a full 6 and got the Dubsky. He has a .56 ERA. He has 4 earned runs on the year.
Oh, I love this
4
stat.
And 5 RBIs.
Yep. He has more RBIs than he does. Earned runs.
He didn't until his last outing, because he had 4 earned runs going into his last outing and then hit a 2 RBI double. Like, if this dude does it, like the entire crowd was chanting MVP. And I agree. If he doesn't win MVP, baseball's fucking rigged. So and also the home run race is what I wanted to touch on a little bit. Vladdy in first now with 21 homers. He was the first to hit 20. Currently the only one over 20 at 21, crushing it. Fernando Tatis is in second with 19, and guess who's in third with Ronald Acuna?
Is it
your boy Matt Olson?
Oh shit!
Matt Olson is in third, tied with Ronald Acuna Jr. with 18 homers.
Shit! No wonder why Johnny and I are running our league. 4 of those players, the top 4, are on our teams.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And Jesse Winker is bringing up 5 with 17. So that's your home run leaders for the year so far.
God damn.
They also dropped the All-Star ballot leaders for AL and NL at the moment. We're kind of running long, so I'll touch on this next week when the ballots solidify, but MLB.com's kind of releasing because the All-Star game's in a month from today, I think. So we're getting close to the halfway point. Giants and Phillies game. I do just want to update since we are coming up on that series, the weekend series. I want to say Friday through Sunday, the 3 games against the Phillies. They're broadcasting them on fucking Peacock, a streaming service no one uses, and only on Peacock. Like, if you don't have Peacock, you don't get to watch those games. Which I think it's a free service anyway, but like, I don't want to download another fucking thing onto my fucking Roku. Like, I just want to watch the game.
That is pretty annoying.
Yeah, that's super obnoxious. It's kind of cool what they're doing. They're bringing on Mike Krukau is going to be there, and I forget what the hell our radio announcer is, but they're bringing on those guys and then a radio and a TV announcer from the Phillies, and they're going to do all the games together. So like the Phillies so there should be some good banter. And it's kind of interesting, but yeah,
also going to be interesting to see how 4 people can kind of share airtime.
Yeah. It'll be cool to see the perspective from other teams, but yeah, I know they've done like some of those like YouTube, the YouTube game of the week, and some of the like ESPN Sunday games or whatever the hell they have, like the weekend game, America's game or whatever they call it. I know they've had like 4 announcers for some of those, but yeah, it does seem like that would turn to a shit show real fucking quick.
Yeah.
Especially when you get like Mike Krukau, like he's a little loud.
Yeah, it'd probably be pretty bad if you had Dallas Braden too.
Dallas Braden's not allowed near the fucking ballpark, dude. Yeah, no. Fuck that.
We have 3 sometimes, because sometimes he'll guest and they only bring him on, like they'll cut to him and then he's like allowed to talk. I don't think he's allowed to be part of the announcing.
Fuck no. Fuck no. Are you kidding me? He has a podcast for a reason. Shut the fuck up.
I love the man, but I did watch an episode after you told me that just to see, and holy shit, dude. It's a quick way to be like, oh, I don't really want to listen to your content.
Yeah. He's loud. He is loud.
So
yeah, I mean, he's got some interesting opinions and like a decent insight in the league, but like the sucking pitchers' cocks real fucking hard and then just like talking over. I think Jared Carabas is a co-host on that podcast. I'm like, I don't really want to watch 3 hours of this.
Yeah,
you should see when they have guests on. He does really good though.
Oh, nice.
All right. Well, I've pulled up some weird stats.
Nice.
Because you talked about the defensive arms. And I couldn't find like defensive arm strength or anything like that. I couldn't find, I just briefly looked like a few hours before we got on. But I did find an interesting defensive one. It was outfield reaction and route running. So like how fast from when the ball is hit toward them, they jump, and how accurately they run. Now, after writing these stats down, I was like, yeah, actually, that makes fucking sense, but it is still kind of interesting to look at. Enrique Hernandez for the Boston Red Sox, he has the fastest outfield reaction time with the worst route running. Basically, as soon as the ball's hit off the bat, he's running after it, but usually in the wrong direction. Which like, makes sense.
He's like sprint and they're like, bro, wrong way. He's like,
yeah. He's still got like 2 outs above average, I think. But I mean, it makes sense if you're running as soon as the ball's hit off the bat, like you don't have enough time to see where it's going.
Yeah.
So the other side I wanted to look at is the guy with the worst reaction time, but the best route, and that's Mike Trout, because he just stands there and waits for that's where the ball's going, and then runs after it. So
listen, dude, I'm a hitter first. They needed to put me out here.
Exactly. I'm not a center fielder.
If it comes my way, I'm getting it. If it don't, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah. So it's the 2 ends, the good and evil, I guess. I'm sure I'm gonna track this down and not look stupid. And then Enrique Hernandez is like, I'm gonna get it.
Well, it's so funny because that also just screams Mike Trout like fuck boy. Like just smashing a beer in college, waiting for the ball to get there, and finally be like
Yep.
winking at some cheerleader, and then finally the ball gets to him. And he's all
That's where
casually.
it's gonna be. Yeah, that does sound like Mike Trout. Yeah, he does look like a total frat boy, doesn't he?
Oh,
Like,
he does, dude.
I still love him. I mean, the dude's still a
Oh yeah,
stud, but he's does kind of look frat boy. I think it's just because he's thick boy, like
he
big
is.
boy.
He's got like like the beard figure.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like he'll crash a beer can into his forehead. Like he looks
Yeah.
like that kind of guy. Like I'd still party with him. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Mike
Like
fucking Trout.
he strictly got into baseball to fuck and drink, and then he was like, "Hey, I'm actually really good at this shit."
Yeah, holy shit, I could be an MVP someday. As long as I stand here and don't fuck up. Also, what who was the was it Ramon Laureano that you wanted me to look into? So it was him and fuck, why am I forgetting his name on the Giants? Our stud outfielder who's like robbing a home run every
Oh,
inning.
isn't it like Tauchman?
Tauchman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Tauchman and Ramon Laureano were both like on the good side of, like, I want to say Tauchman is slower but has a better route, and Ramon Laureano is quicker and has a slightly worse route, but they were still like both well above the average bar, and so like considered really good defensive outfielders.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Laureano's always like the speed guy.
Yeah.
But damn, it would have been nice to see something about his arm, but there's no stat that could tell you how beast of an arm that man has.
I guarantee you there is. I just wasn't able to, or I wasn't looking in the right spot. Now, I'm gonna have to like really spend a morning digging into it to find it. But anyway, I mentioned bolts last time, which is like the fastest 30-second. Like if you, for 1 full second, if you're running, down the baseline at over 30 feet per second, at or over 30 feet per second. Trey Turner for the Nats leads the league. He has 55. The next closest is John Beardy for the Miami Marlins, and he has 32. So like Trey Turner is either accelerating quick and staying like hot as fuck, because I'm figuring like a lot of guys are reaching that 30 foot per second in their last second. Like they're getting there, but they're getting there too slow for it to be considered a bolt. And Trey Turner is just getting there. Like,
damn,
fucking but they have no acceleration stats I could look into. Like, I thought that would be really fun, but Trey Turner is fucking quick. Last stat is a team stat. The Rockies are doing real fucking shitty this year. They're 25-41 as a team. Interestingly, they have a winning record at home. On the road, do you want to take a guess what their road record is?
Oh God.
They're 5-27.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they just can't win outside of Colorado.
Damn, do we play them? Because I want to go to those games.
Oh God, I don't. Yeah, I think you guys do. Did you guys not just play them? Oh no, you just play the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because if they ever come to Oakland, watch those games because you're almost guaranteed to watch a win. Like,
fair.
And I don't know what it is if it's like they're so used to the way the ball moves in Colorado that they just can't play anywhere else. If they're used to the way it looks in Colorado. Like I know Trop for the Rays has a weird effect on the ball because of their roof. So like I know it plays into the outfield weird, and a lot of people can't see the ball come out of the pitcher's hand. Like I forget who it is, but I want to say a catcher for the Rays just got traded to the Brewers. But he had like a wild split in his OPS. Like at home when he was playing for the Rays, he did real fucking shitty, but on the road, he was pumping like numbers. Like dude could be in contention for an all-star. And he just couldn't see the ball well. I was listening to a podcast with him and he was like, I couldn't see the ball at Trop. Like I just couldn't see it. Because of their weird fucked roof. So yeah, some weird stats like that. I really want to. What the fuck is his name? Was it? It might have been Willy Adames who just got traded. Yeah, it is Willy Adames. Willy Adames, the shortstop for the Rays, who got traded to the Brewers, was sucking ass in Tropicana Stadium, Tropicana Field, whatever the fuck they call it. But now that he's moved on to the Brewers, he's actually kicking ass. Like he's got like a 0.9 OPS or something like that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Yeah. And he had like a 0.4 in the Trop. So kind of wild. His career's about to turn around.
Nice. Good for him.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I really have for baseball. Tear down Tropicana and move Colorado somewhere with less altitude so we can even those weird stats out.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say to the league. And say something about sticky balls because somebody has to.
Oh, right. Oh, also that we're going to be seeing Ohtani tomorrow, so I can keep this.
Oh, shit. Is he pitching tomorrow?
I wish, but no.
Oh,
he's just
okay.
hitting. I checked. He pitches Thursday.
But you should have bought tickets for that game.
Not against us.
Oh, fuck.
I know. He's scared of us, apparently.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? But yeah, we got our DeGrom, our Ohtani tax in. So that will do it for another episode of Mike Full Podcast. To get this tax out of the way, definitely stroke your sticky balls tonight because pitchers won't be pretty soon.
Oh, God.
And while you're doing that, go check us out on Twitter, Instagram, where we give you our updates on our episodes. Check us out on YouTube, where this is going up, the raw footage, as well as Twitch, where we'll be live streaming all our episodes going forward. So definitely check us out there if you want to see our unedited, raw, straight up just how we do this. Go check us out on Twitch, subscribe and like us there. And definitely check us out on anywhere you get your podcast news as we upload weekly here. And see you next time.
Bye.